In this week's episode of NDVision.
Often students that maybe have not had a lot of attention and not the students that get 5 or 6 awards.
Right.
So we look for students that
They've worked
maybe
hard.
don't have a lot of focus.
And they're graduating. That's a
You would have looked
milestone.
at me. I didn't go to college.
But it doesn't matter to us. You've
Yeah.
done what you did and you achieved
Yeah.
graduation. So
Well, and it's a milestone. You know, you've graduated. You're done with school. Let's reward that.
And so by getting an award, they get a letter that invites them to come to the ceremony for awards night. So there's 10 more students that maybe wouldn't have been there. So we're happy to
Oh,
give
so
them
you,
money.
you give 10 away.
10 scholarships to
From our
students.
profits from this.
And we pick them, mostly that have not gotten anything else or maybe one other thing. And
What is the importance of the Dyke Museum? Let's get into it. Tell me about it. Oh,
I think it's Wellsville in a box. There's so much. Coloring book calendars are just a small portion of it that people don't know.
Hello and welcome to this episode of NDVision. I'm joined here by Jackie Comstock. Hi.
Hi.
And Ann Comstock.
Hello?
My second episode that has 2 people on it at the same time. Also, we can call in if you need to call anybody. I can just call them and they can bring them right in live.
Phone a friend.
Phone a friend. Yeah. He wants to be a millionaire.
We win money.
Game show.
I have quarters. If you
We're in.
and today we're just going to be having a chat about the millions of projects that you both work on in Wellsville. I think there's at least probably 500. Right.
Probably. I'm sure.
If they're not done, we're thinking of them.
Yeah. But first, I ask every guest, tell me about yourself. Let's start with Jackie first. Where did you grow up? Brief history.
Brief history. I've been an elementary school teacher since 1976, and then I retired in 2010. I taught at the Catholic school, ICS, for 2.5 years, Whitesville for 10 years, and then finished up in Wellsville. And I'm married and have 2 children, 2 boys. They are in their 40s, and I have 6 grandchildren.
Oh, wow.
They don't live close, so we travel to visit, but that's fun.
I'm only 2 years away from 40.
Yeah.
We've way past 40. Not twice.
Yeah.
Where did you go to school?
Oswego State
Oh, Oswego.
with all the snow.
Yeah, I do a lot of salmon fishing up there.
Yeah.
During the
Well,
season.
up in the winter. This winter was like what it was when we were there, and she came with me to Oswego the year
Everything
after.
we do. We almost do together. It's kind of weird.
It's not weird. Siblings.
But the snow was really high back then, just like this past winter.
I do feel like my siblings and I, we lived on Yeager Hill growing up, and I feel like when we first, like my first memories were we could actually tunnel in the snow, just the snow, not like snow piles. We could
Yes.
just tunnel in the snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like we had a lot now. For a few years, didn't seem like much, but this year's kind of brought us back a little bit.
Yeah, it kind of felt nice.
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, it is, even though it's cold.
Ann, you're up.
Okay. Obviously, we're sisters. We grew up here in Wellsville. I'm the youngest sister, and I claim that was a benefit because they saved the best till last. Haha, that would be me. And Jackie and I are 51 weeks apart, so we have always been together, always done things together. As she said, we went to high school here in Wellsville. We went to college together. She went first, then I came along. She claimed it was to share a car, but how about that? It was her car. I had to ask. You know how that goes. Anyway,
What was it? Do you remember?
67 Barracuda.
Oh man,
on the column, no less.
That was a learning curve.
It was pretty.
what, you mean 3 on a tree? Is that-
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. It was worse trying to get the car from her that I supposedly owned part of than my mother. She would, where are you going? What are you doing? None of your business. Give me the keys. Anyway, after I graduated from college, after I got married, we went to Texas for 20 years. Lived in Florida for 3 years,
Oh.
and then moved back here after Ed, my husband, died. So I've been back here 24 years.
24 years. And what did you do when you came back?
Well, I taught at the elementary school. I taught school in Texas as a kindergarten teacher.
Okay.
And then I taught reading for a couple of years there. Then when I came back here, I taught reading for a couple of years. And then because I no longer was doing that, I got my sidekick involved with some things at the museum. I had been a member of the Historical Society, and I remember when I came back, one of the first questions when I went to a meeting was, "Do you want to be president?" I thought, of what?
Of
I
the
don't
United
even know
States
what
of America.
what do people do at this historical society? No, thank you. And there were quite a few members, and they were older than I was, of course. And now I think I'm one of the older ones as time goes on. And so one thing led to another, and eventually, do you want to be president? I had to say yes because we needed
They
someone.
reeled you in.
Yeah, there was no one else, so I said yes. And then Jackie is the treasurer because our other treasurer was retiring from that job, so I told her she had to. We need one. You have to do it. I don't want to. I said, yes, you do. So she's involved also, which has led to other things.
Yeah, I do want to get into the Historical Society, but I kind of want to save that towards the end, so we have some time to talk about it, because I exaggerated a little bit on 500, but you do a mass amount of community services, we'll call it, in the area, right?
Yeah.
What do you think, aside from the Historical Society, what is the first project you both worked on together? Do you remember?
Maybe the coloring book. I mean, it wasn't for the...
This coloring book?
Yeah, that's the one.
I have never seen this, by the way. They had it sit on the table, and I immediately picked it up. I was just like, what is this?
Back when my son was in college, I believe, and his now wife, I thought we should do a coloring book and give it to the children of Wellsville in some form, because we're not educating the children of Wellsville to what we have here.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't know a lot of the history, and a lot of the parents don't either, for various reasons. Some they've moved here, some just don't know, and don't know the dates and information and the people that have been key to Wellsville. So we gathered up some pictures and wrote some captions. I think there were some other people at the Historical Society that helped with the captions, but my son and his now wife were the graphic designers back then. And Peter Van Tyne Inc. did the printing. And so we would go to Jackie's class, because in second grade, she could tell you they used to do like a local history kind of thing.
The end of the year, we would do that. And then they would bring it in, and we would present it during our unit. And then we would go on the school bus around town and talk about some of the historical structures and the buildings that were in town. And so we would be the narrators on the bus. I would, and Sharon Ash.
Really?
And they got to take the book home at the end. We said, make sure your parents read this, because this will help them learn a little bit too.
That's amazing.
We really should probably revive it, because I bet there's not a whole lot of them left.
No, I've never seen this before, and I want to keep it.
Okay. That could be arranged.
Yes. So the coloring book is one of the first projects you worked on, and this is what? Oh, 2005. Okay.
Okay, good. See, didn't even know that.
Oh no, is this the park,
That
or
was
is this
when
the
their
book?
park was dedicated.
So it has to be after.
Well, it would be...
I moved here in 2002, so it would have been...
I bet it's 20 years old.
2005. Yeah,
I bet it's 20 years old.
Wow.
Because I've been out of teaching for long enough and we did it for probably 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. And we got a grant from the Area
2007.
Foundation, and
So
so
it's
it cost
after
us
2007.
nothing.
Okay.
Wow. And this is good. This is good paper.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
Peter Van Dyke.
appreciate some nice stock. You know.
Yes. Good cardstock.
After that, we probably worked on the library, because
Oh, right.
her husband is the board president for the last 40 years, is it?
6 years.
46 years?
Going on 47.
Yeah, he's been the board president of the David A. Howe Library for 47 years.
Yeah. Is that where the bench comes in?
The
Who's the
bench.
bench? Oh no, wrong person. There's another person that you work hand in hand with a lot, and I can't remember her name.
Okay,
Oh my
we'll
gosh,
think
it's
about
killing me.
It'll come to
Think
us.
about it.
It will come to us.
But we've been involved with the library, and then our niece also was Friends of the Library president, so she revived that Friends of the Library group. So we kind of got involved with that, because it's kind of a, hey,
Yeah.
you're my aunt, come on.
Yeah,
or
if
you're
there's
my
a
sister.
project. If there's a
Come on.
project, we go help.
Remind me to show you. I think I have a picture of it, or else I'll ask her to send a picture. The new children's librarian, Ashley.
Oh, yes.
When they were cleaning out the library, she found this shirt that fit her, and it was a really cool design of the front of the library. It might have actually been taken from this. But
it could have been.
It was
Or some
really cool,
picture.
and I want that back. I'll buy it. I will buy it, and I'll promote it.
How cool.
We'll have to look for it.
We had a picture. I had a picture commissioned for the library. It could be that one.
Yeah.
An artist drew it, and it could have been that. The outline, just like a
Yeah,
black
it's just
outline.
it's like a stencil, I guess.
Yeah.
you call it. Yeah.
It's probably from that.
Do you still have it?
Yeah.
I have the pictures,
Ooh.
not the black and white, but we could show you. We'll get together.
And then I do remember, and I might be jumping ahead. I see the calendar here, and I see the Walk Wellsville here. Is there anything in between these?
Well, we did activities like the library when they had the sesquicentennial here in town.
Yeah.
We were on that committee, and
Yeah,
we did a lot for that, and
I forgot about that.
did the parade, brought a parade in, and had the
Christmas
event
parade, yeah.
at the library, the final event. And
Do you remember, and I don't know if you were ever part of this, but do you remember Gabby Hayes Days?
oh yes,
We attended Gabby Hayes Days. We were not part of it. Yes, I have a T-shirt for that. You would like it, and it says, "You're darn tootin'." That's what the T-shirt. That's all it says. It's really funny.
but then in what I can't even think what year, my husband Donald was retiring from Fred Roberts Auto Parts, and so I was still working, and so she came up with this great idea that we should have a business, antique business. So over on Jefferson Street, which is now Tana's Salon,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
we had a store called Celebrations Old and New,
Okay.
and then Tammy Floral Expressions moved into the building next door.
We owned that too.
Okay.
So yeah, so we did, and then we did balloons,
We
balloon
decorated
I feel
decor.
like I have to remember this. It wasn't that long ago, right?
10 years ago, probably.
Yeah.
Years ago, we sold the buildings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we did balloon decor, and that was a interesting event. Learning how to do that because
Like arches or?
Yes.
Okay.
yes, we did that
caves
for weddings and events, reunions, and things like that, and celebrations.
The only trouble with that is it's on weekends.
Yeah.
And who wants to work on weekends? So we're like, yeah, that needs to go away.
That's the exact reason why one of the main reasons that I don't do weddings. Is because
Yes.
my weekends would be gone from
Every weekend.
April to November.
And Friday night, you have to go
Yeah.
for the rehearsal.
Yeah.
Saturday, the wedding day. Yeah,
It's not good.
It's lucrative.
it's fun.
And then the balloon decor, if you had stuff there, you either had to go get it at like midnight, which I'm asleep by then, or leave it, and then so you still had to go back.
So the families didn't want to take it ever, or it was probably too.
No, but like we had like poles to hold the arches, so it had
right,
like
right.
a heavy base to hold it, that kind of stuff. So the balloons we didn't take back, but the equipment, like to support the stuff, so it went away.
My cousin Erica Clark does that on the side for fun. She
Yeah.
does balloon arches and everything like that.
It is kind of fun.
Yeah.
It was fun doing it, but
And it looks neat, but there's a lot more now that you can get your own, like even Michael's and those kind of stores sell balloon packages and shows you how to do it.
there's a lot of prep work.
Stores are shutting down too.
I
Isn't
know.
that the truth?
Yeah.
No, but it takes a lot of prep work. You got to go in and blow up all the balloons beforehand, so that takes time too. So Yeah.
We've had so many adventures, and we're just getting started. I do learn. I've not learned, but I've taken notice that the older I get, and I know I'm still young, but the older I get, the more I care about history.
yeah,
And is there something to that? Like,
I think
because
so.
I think so.
I care more about the past, and maybe it's nostalgia, but
I think so too.
Yeah.
I didn't live here for a long time, so I would come back here and I'd say to three sisters, "Well, have you looked up our grandparents and all that?" And they'd be like, "No." Go, "Why not? You live here. Why don't you do that?" Well, so I'd come visit for like a month or so in the summer, and then I'd be like, "Okay, come on, we have to go get busy. We only have a month." So I started doing genealogy and stuff on our family, and she was more interested, but the other ones are like, "Yeah, just tell us when you're done." I'm like, "Oh, please, I'm not giving it to you." But that kind of thing, like, because you're not here or you
Yeah.
start to get older, you're like, where did you come from? Who are
Well,
the people?
I wonder too if in everybody's family, there's generally if you have 3 or 4 siblings, generally one spearheads it.
yeah.
Really, I do
interesting,
think
yeah.
so. Because
It'll
I've
probably
never
be
heard
me.
of a family where every single sibling has spent 100% on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll probably be me.
Yeah.
I'm the most nostalgic one, I think,
there
of
you
my
go.
siblings.
It's interesting interesting. You do find some neat stories.
Yeah.
Really neat.
I was actually born in Baltimore.
Oh,
So I think my mom is from Tallahassee, the Tallahassee area of Florida.
Uh-huh.
And then my dad is from Puerto Rico.
Oh, wow.
are they here?
Yes.
the area?
Well, my mom passed away, but my dad is still in the Baltimore area.
Oh, okay.
So I got like half of my family lives in Baltimore, and then
Very
Yeah.
nice.
actually I don't think I have any direct family. I have my stepdad
Right.
up here, and he's the Carlin, so there's a billion
Oh.
of them. But,
Oh, yeah.
You're hooked up.
and I do remember, and we're gonna be dropping hints. I feel like towards the historical society, because I remember when I visited, I like went through all the drawers and was looking through the Carlin stuff, and there's like just like
Yes.
a
Yeah,
pile
some
of.
are very thick.
Yeah.
Lots of goodies.
Okay, so you owned the store, balloons. Now, what's next?
What is next? I don't even know.
Maybe the calendar started because you started that.
Yeah, we were
Actually,
at
about
the
5 years ago.
museum and we decided we would do a calendar. Actually, it was Angela Glickstein's idea.
Okay.
And she's like, we could do a calendar. And we're like, well, that'd be a great idea because once it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
Then you'd sell it, whatever. It's a one-time effort. So we kind of thought, well, what would we do? And we've been looking up some stuff, and we found out some really neat stuff, especially about women of Wellsville. That was our first calendar, because there's not a lot of information about the women, because usually the men were the business leaders and the business guys, and the women.
Not anymore.
I
There
know.
is a lot more women-owned
You're so
businesses.
right.
I agree.
And the men got more
Recognition.
press,
Right.
kind of mention. And so we
Oh, wait, who's
found
this?
women, and that's
Yeah.
a relative, Mhm. And she was a X-ray tech even that long ago.
Wow.
Married to a doctor at the time. But anyway, so we found these women, and then thought, okay, we got to get busy. And this was our fastest calendar, wouldn't you say?
Yes. About October to November.
Really?
Like-
Angela and Annie and I just work.
Like, oh dear, we have to hurry because December's coming, and you want them in January.
Bassett Jones.
Yeah,
That's an interesting name.
that's connecting both.
Yeah.
Bassett
Hotel
House
from her family to the hospital from
in
his
the
family.
hospital.
Now, was the Facet Hotel?
Green
Green
space.
spaces.
Yeah, right. So right there on
Yep.
the corner. My studio is right behind Giant. So,
Close.
wow.
So that one became popular right away. And we have always donated the money to various causes. So we have donated to the hospital, of course,
And the library.
Library.
and we gave some to the Historical Society, but then we're like, we don't need to give money to ourselves. so,
You do.
so we started, I don't know when did we change?
3 years ago it will be. We're starting to give scholarships to
Oh.
high school seniors that are graduating.
Now, are you giving? Is
The cash.
the
it's
next
cash.
calendars, were they not Women of Wellsville, or are
No,
they?
Each time we've got different.
Oh! There's a bunch
themes.
here.
So we try to find a different theme each year of something that would catch people's eye. That one you're holding I love that one because
Where is this?
it's no longer.
Where was
Madison
this?
Street,
What's that?
between the bank and the U of R now.
Mm-hmm.
If you continue across Madison Street, that building used to sit there. That was City Hall.
Really?
And it
What a
burned,
cool
so they
building.
tore it down. Look at all the firemen on ladders. It was also fire department in that building, so it's kind of cool.
Oh, I
That
remember
being
Lester
a
showing
then
me
and
that.
now, we like that because you see what we have now, but you don't know what used to be there or what the buildings used to look like. So we found different themes.
Is the pool in here?
I think it is.
I remember that was like a big thing
I
that
think it is.
people would talk about as like the community pool.
Oh, yeah. We used to do our swim lessons at the freezing cold temperature in the morning.
It was awful.
Terrible.
I was nostalgic about that. It was awful cold and it was terrible.
But it was the hangout in the
You
afternoon.
torment children by taking them there early.
I was like, that's a country club. And then I was like, it is a
It's
country
a
club.
house, yeah.
Yep.
Maybe the pool isn't in there. It's in one of these.
I think
Oh.
it's in there.
That was a sanitarium. That was pretty cool.
Bradley House. Library. What a cool building.
Yes, isn't it?
We, we have to support that. It's just part of the middle of Wellsville.
Right?
And it's family related, so we
so we
want to
have to
make
do it.
sure we keep that going.
Oh, yeah, Sugar Daddies. Oh, that used to be a building too.
Yes.
Goodness.
Could have sworn the pool was in there.
Wow.
The pool's in somewhere. So we just every year try to find a different theme that we can find 12 pages on.
If you are listening to this, by the way, on Spotify, I highly suggest you go to the Facebook page and watch it, so that way you can see all these cool things that we're talking about right now. Because some people just listen
Sure.
to it on their way to work or something like that. Wow. So there's.
That's postcards.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, we have 2 copies of it. But
Oh, my wife and I. That's one of it's weird. But we everywhere we go, we collect postcards, and we have a postcard book.
Oh, nice.
And then when I travel a lot for work to various locations filming, and I'll grab postcards and I'll bring them back. And
Once you get started.
And they're small little things to keep up with. You don't have
And
a
they're
big
cheap.
collection. Yes, that's true. You don't have a big collection of like vases or something you can't store.
And on these we found interesting, like here's the front and the actual handwriting on the back.
It was a
So you
postcard
get the
album of
message
that year, yeah.
with the postcard. That's on a lot of them. Some of them are blank, but some of them have the
Have what people
message.
these have to be fun to kind of put together.
They are.
How do you think of the theme of it? Like, who comes up with the theme each year?
Kind of she's been jumping on or something will pop up. I
Yeah,
can't
and
think
we
of
had one we were doing, and then we thought, no, we have to save that one. So we pop up, like, we have to think of a new one. What do we have 12 of that you can come up with? We started with the women. Then we had one we don't have a copy of. I think we sold every single one of those. It was a good one. It was called The Builders of Wellsville. So that were mostly men that built
2024 must be.
the big buildings like Appleby, the one that you used to have your office in. And
Yeah.
it says Appleby at the top, 1905. So he was in there. So it would explain who he was and what he built and his businesses, so that kind of thing. That was one. So the first question we got after the women's calendar was, is there going to be a men's calendar? And we said, we're not sure
think about
because nothing is in planned
Right.
until we have to. So we're now got to get going on a new one, even though it's only March. Sometimes it takes us a while to get it together.
We always have good intentions of doing it at the beginning of the next year, but
Yeah.
about September we're
Adult life it'll slow down next week, and then it never slows down. So you're putting on these calendars, and who is it? Just you two? Or they're
It's just us two, and we take it to a wonderful woman in Allegheny. You need to tell about her. Jackie and this woman are first name basis and like personal friends almost now.
Oh no.
Citizen Printing House over on Main Street, Allegheny.
Okay.
They're excellent.
Her name's Linda, the lady. She's
Linda Burton.
And Allegheny's just past Olean.
Right.
Yes.
That's
And
who's our printer.
it's so funny because, we first went over and she gave us a price and, okay, fine, we'll do it and everything. And so Angela and Annie and I, we would proofread. And okay, yep, this is it, we're done. So I take it to Linda, and then of course she sends it back. And
There's more.
Linda, in October we have to change paragraph number 2, blah blah blah. So I type it all out, and then I send it to her, and then I do it about 5 times. And the last one I go, I don't care. It's done. We're not doing anymore. She's okay. So when I call her up, she goes, hello.
So she's been very helpful, and especially getting started. She also published our other map we've done too, and
Yeah, that's a good segue.
she's done some other, like when you go there, she has things. Of course, she's done for other people. So
Well, and she's done the blank thank you cards that we have too. She printed those.
with our
And like she creates the format for
the
it.
covers
We
and-
just give her the information, and this is what we get. Or the then and now. She did the 2 on the side. We kind of give her a little input, but then we let her just design how she wants it, and then we critique it and send it to print.
And these seem very collectible too, because they're not.
they're sturdy.
Yeah, they're
They're
sturdy.
good, yeah.
They can hold up really well.
And we've decided to use the money now for students. And our criteria is, we have criteria, but we don't. You don't have to be going to college. You don't have to be doing anything particular. We try to look for students that are obviously have worked hard and graduation is
Just
coming,
want to compliment it.
and give them some money just as a gift, like something that they can use. It's not a huge amount, but often students that maybe have not had a lot of attention, and not the students that get 5 or 6 awards.
Right.
So we look for students that
They've worked
maybe don't
hard.
have a lot of
They're
focus.
graduating. That's
And
a
You would have looked at
milestone.
me. I didn't
Nick,
go to
yeah,
college.
but it doesn't matter to us. You've
Yeah.
done what you did, and you achieved
Yeah.
graduation. So,
And it's a milestone. You know,
Yeah.
you've graduated. You're done with school. Let's reward that.
and so by getting an award, they get a letter that invites them to come to the ceremony for awards night. So there's 10 more students that maybe wouldn't have been there. So we're happy to
Oh,
give
so
them
you
money.
you give 10
10,
away.
10 scholarships to
From our
students.
profits from this.
And we pick them, mostly that have not gotten anything else or maybe one other thing. And then they get to come. They're invited to come, and their family comes usually. And then they get some cash to take and spend on whatever they want.
That's
so We're happy
amazing.
to do that.
What do you mind if I ask like 2024, the one that sold out, what was what's the normal, I guess, I don't want to say profit. What's the margins on these?
We usually print. Well, we printed extra. We never have sold out except that one year.
Right.
And so we probably make, I don't know.
It doesn't have to be exact.
No, if we even sold 100, it would be
2000.
$2,000, and we
That's
probably
amazing.
pay maybe $1,500 as profit.
Yeah.
And then
So
we
it's
give
not-
that out.
Yeah,
And
it's
keep
awesome.
a little towards the next.
Yeah,
that.
sure.
It's
But
not
then we
much.
give the rest
It's
away.
It's not a lot to print them.
But to someone, it means a lot.
Yeah, and
You
to
know?
give the money to kids that
Yeah.
maybe wouldn't have gotten any attention, so they get to come up on stage and everybody claps. the whole
Yeah.
thing. So we're happy about that. And we were happy to give money to the library and the hospital, but they have quite a few income streams and grants and donations, and people leave things in their wills for them. So we were happy to give them money, but we felt later that it had a bigger impact
Yeah.
on kids.
Yeah.
And we're doing it for the community anyway. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we're happy about that.
Now, how do students have to apply, or do you just kind of call and go from
We
there?
check
call
with
it
the
the
guidance. and
department.
Call and go
give
from
us
there.
some ideas.
And what is it called? Is there a name for it? The scholarship?
They call us the calendar girls. That's not what we go by. I think it's,
I can't think.
There's a song on that, I'm pretty sure.
they go, oh, here come the calendar girls. We're like, yeah, all right. I'm not sure. It does have a name, and it's not Nathaniel Dyke Museum because it's not from the museum. It's really just from us.
Right.
I'm not really sure what they call it, but
Historical Calendar Association or
Yeah,
something.
I
yeah.
think the Calendar Girls is pretty catchy.
Yeah, we kind of laugh about that. So,
Who did sing that song?
I have no
calendar
idea.
girl. Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Is that,
Got the song.
is it the
don't know.
Beach Boys? I don't
We'll call it.
We'll say it's the Beach Boys. I don't know.
And you mentioned, congratulations, by the way.
Oh, thank
These
you,
are
thank
amazing. Where can people buy them when they come out? And is 2026 still available?
It's still available.
Yes.
Okay.
It's at Tammy Floral Expressions. It's available still, and it is at the Chamber.
Okay.
And I think those are the only two places
And us,
left.
if you see us, we'll
Yeah.
sell you one.
And they're $20.
$20.
That's full price.
All made by two calendar girls, and all benefits the community. So please go out and buy one of these calendars if you see it. Don't even think about it. Just
Yeah,
buy
the
it.
information doesn't get old. The dates might change, but the information's all good.
That's right.
And then you mentioned the Walk Wellsville, New York. What is this?
You can tell about that. She's the typist, let's just say, and that's why she almost loses her hair every year, but kept pulling it out from all the typing she does. But anyway, she still has hair, and we're good.
Wow.
That is Main Street.
We went up and we looked at information at the museum and then did the legwork. We took the number of each of the buildings that are currently on Main Street and some that are just open spaces. And we kind of put, at the time, this was 2022, I believe, and whatever business was there at that time is what's listed first.
Okay.
And then we do a little history on it. And so we produced that, and people can get a little more history just walking up in Wellsville.
Those were just around town.
We have been leaving it at like Microtel, and they were tickled because they said a lot of people when they come to visit
Ask
have
what to
free
do.
time and have some things to do, so
Yeah.
they enjoyed having those. In fact, we should probably get some more to them because I'm sure they're out of.
We should
by now.
probably update that, but that was
Oh.
a lot of typing.
And Linda Dunn, great job. She did it again. She put
Printed
it all
everything.
together. We gave her the information,
and
and
then we picked a few
she put
things
it
on the
together.
back. One of the things your hand is holding on the left is Funland Skating Rink. And we wanted to choose what we highlighted.
I learned my life right from my left yesterday's.
But it was
You're
his
getting
left
better
hand.
at it.
I'll give you that.
So, our grandfather built that. It was called Funcrest Skating Rink in the 30s, and it was next to my mother's house.
Oh.
So, needless to say, we were good skaters, whether we wanted to be or not, because our father had died before I was born, and our mother raised us. And if she went to the skating rink, we went to the skating rink.
We had to help.
When is the last time you skated?
Oh, I've skated since I've been back here in 24 years. So I'd say about 22 years.
I think it's time.
No, I'm done.
Right. What if you fall down and do something like break something? We don't want to
I
do that.
did limbo with my students, and I had to beat them.
You have to win.
And I got through the limbo stick, but then I couldn't untangle my legs well enough, so I was going to just fall.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I landed on my tailbone. I'm done skating.
Yeah.
That was
not doing
longer
it
than
anymore.
20 years ago, too. So
Sure was. So,
we
yeah.
sometimes go look and watch. but
Watch.
We haven't skated.
Oh, with the grandkids and everything like that.
If, like a birthday party, someone's
Yeah.
having a birthday party, we'll go there, but we don't join.
No, I'm not.
We used to have to, so and it was fun. We did have fun.
Yeah.
So-
You know what? I always wonder. I think when Jared Evans owned it, there were still all the old tapes and
Oh, yeah.
I think records and everything. I wonder what happened to all that.
That's
I
a
wonder,
great
too.
question.
Yeah.
Their family bought it from my mother,
Okay.
his father. So then they went to
No,
father.
Jared's
and-
grandfather.
Oh, grandfather. So father,
Oh, wow.
son, and grandson. So it
They
went
bought,
three.
what, 1970 they bought
About.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
I used to work for Jared at Pearl Street Pizza. Remember
Oh,
that?
Oh, I remember that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was from what I remember. It was Hart's, Pearl Street, and then Chelsea's, and now I think Chelsea still has it. She's just doing the catering out
Oh,
of it.
I think so too. I know what
yeah,
you're talking.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
And he started down on the side street. Did you work there by the hospital?
Nope. I worked when he moved to.
Okay, yeah.
Chelsea
where
spot.
Yeah.
The insurance company established pizza for him, I think, back
Yeah.
when.
I remember that too.
Napoli pizza, I think they called it then.
Yep.
Long time ago.
History.
I know.
That's what we like.
Jumps in and everything.
Before we go into the Dyke Museum, though, I do want to talk about your latest creation,
Oh,
which is the Jingle and Glow.
Oh, that was awesome.
It was really cool.
that turned out nice.
It did.
Ooh, I got to tell you, that's another thing. This is what happens. When we travel, at least I do, and she does somewhat too, we look for things that people do.
Yeah.
So, like if you're at a town and they have a poster up, like they're going to have, say, example, like a farmer's market. Well, if it's a cool poster, I might take a picture of that and go, look, they're having a farmer's market. Maybe they're having balloon decoration, whatever, something different. So we like to borrow people's ideas that have already worked on it if we find something. So we did kind of do that when we were thinking Jingle and Glow. So we had gone to visit a friend in Dallas, my friend that I lived in Texas for years. And so every once in a while we go down there. And so I'll take, Jackie usually comes, and we went to Fort Worth to the Botanical Gardens, and they had a walk through Christmas event of lights. Well, it was huge, of course. And it was, you
beautiful.
paid to get
Everything's
in there.
bigger in Texas.
You you paid, and there was a fundraiser. So we just thought, well, why can't we do that? A little bit smaller scale.
About
Yeah.
3 years ago we
So
started.
our
it.
first place
It was 3 years ago.
Well,
in our
here's-
mind.
Oh,
in
okay.
our plan.
It took a
Okay.
while. And why? Tell them where our first plan
We
was.
wanted Island Park.
Oh, yeah.
We really wanted Island Park. They've got that paved walkway through there.
And you could close the gate off.
It would be
and,
great. And we
Then
could
the
have.
town would have to shovel.
They said they'd
Yes.
plow it.
It was going to be great. Well, we got down there and the electricity concerns were major. They don't have
no
a lot.
electricity down there.
So, and then it was like huge. But we already had, we could do it.
Yeah.
Fort Worth was huge. Why couldn't we make a big one?
Right.
So we let that one slide, and then we thought about it again. We let it slide, and then I don't know whether like January or something. She's coming home from Angelica. She works on Sunday at the antique store over there, and she calls me up. What about the Bassett Green Space?
I just was driving by and it struck me.
Oh my goodness!
On Main Street, better than the park.
Yeah.
Everybody sees it.
And so,
Everyone sees it.
so we called Andrew Harris. He's our connection, and
We love Andrew, who's funny.
helper. And he says, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I always wanted to do something in January there, but he never got around to do it. You can't do it by yourself. You got to have people help you.
So he was glad that she called and said,
about,
can we?
Yeah, that was about, I don't know, December or January. And from there, it just progressed.
December, January 2024.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about a year.
Yeah,
before.
yes,
Okay.
yes. And I look back now at like emails and things like that and didn't realize it was like all year long we did that
Yeah.
planning.
I think you
But-
called me in September, and we were like, "Hey,
Hey, guess what?
in November."
And we had
An excellent
very
helper.
good assistant. No, we were her assistant.
Yeah,
Her name's Bergie Miller. Do you know
Okay.
her?
I don't.
Oh my goodness. She
she's
said,
a worker.
"Well, we can do this." And we're like, okay. And then as we talked about, she had a little medical issue and she decided was it like summer?
July.
I think
I
we're
think-
done with this whole
I
idea.
don't
We're not doing this because I'm not doing this. And our friend Bergie said, yes, we are. And we're like, okay, maybe we are.
You were the one that said we were not doing
Yeah,
it.
because
that's
she
after
hurt
I
her, broke her
my
leg.
leg.
Yeah.
And
I
she's
thought-
like, I'm not doing, I can't do this. And we're like, okay. And then we went,
Surprise.
oh, but we are. And the best thing about it was it became a big project with lots of support.
Yeah.
It wasn't just us by any means. You
Well,
did a
and-
great video. We love your video. We had lots of people come and help us set it up. We had lots
You
of
can actually
donations.
see it in that image there. You can see the trees. Yep.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. So it became a community effort.
Yeah.
And that's, after all,
Well, and
what the best part is.
I want to comment more on Bergie because she came from Sanibel Island, and down there she worked for nonprofits for a long
Where's
time.
Sanibel Island?
Florida,
Okay.
Fort
off
Myers.
Fort Myers.
Okay.
And so she had worked for years there. So she is excellent at, well, why don't we do this?
PR
Let's do this.
Letters. And,
You know, and press releases and things like that. So that's her little additional plug.
Yeah,
Because
Your gift bags to the sponsors
Oh.
were amazing.
see, yes, that turned out nice.
that was good too. And so, other people said that, well, you didn't have to do that. We said, no, we didn't. But we were happy to encourage people. And we've since heard people go, well, you didn't contact me
Oh,
to
yeah.
help. And we said, don't worry.
We'll be back.
December's coming again.
We'll be back. Yeah.
You want to go bigger,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Well,
more lights.
Yes,
Right,
yeah.
right.
Bigger on the same location.
Yeah.
But and we kind of figured out after we did this much, it took quite an effort that we didn't understand because we'd never done it before. And it did feel like we could have had more lights,
Yeah.
action things to put
Well, the
around.
first year is always the
Yes,
trial, you know?
Yes. And we had to, our plan was to have it up before the opening of the holiday season for the chamber.
And
And
then
so
the
we
parade.
picked a random day. Let's do it on this day. They said, how about the weekend before? And I thought, that's not going to work because her children were surprising her with a party and it would just take the whole
I
weekend.
didn't know about, of course.
So
birthday.
we decided let's do it on Monday.
And I didn't realize that you just told me that you couldn't. do it
On
my
Monday, it was like, okay. So we put an all call out. The weather was like almost 50 degrees and sunny,
Yeah.
in November.
and 30 people showed up. It was like, oh my goodness, yes. So that helped us put it up. And then we decided, and I said to Andrew, well, we're going to take it down like January 10th. Well, why did you pick that date? I don't know. It was after Christmas. We just picked it. Well, you could leave it up longer.
Yeah.
People could enjoy it. And then as things were happening, the wind and things like that, which, you learn that the first year. So there was this Monday, and I can't think of the actual date. It was like maybe the 3rd of January or something around then. It was going to be 45. So we put an all call out, went down in like 3 hours, had the whole thing down, went, oh, thank
It's a
you.
lot faster to tear down than it is.
It was pleasant. And we got support because it was a nice day.
Yeah.
And we have another big supporter that we didn't even consider. Northern Lights has let us store our stuff at their place.
That's amazing. The old Ames building?
Yes.
Yes.
And so we literally take it up there and they do whatever they do and wrap it and I'll put it on pallets and then put it away. And then we'll go back in the November-ish and maybe a little earlier and check what we have and make sure, if we need more. And then they'll bring it to where we can access it. And they have been extra helpful.
It's
And
amazing.
now we're friendly with them because we can go knock on their window and go, hello, we need to come in.
Can people donate, like, if they have old
Trees.
trees or
Yes.
just even light fixtures or
Yeah.
anything like that?
A
like,
lot of that was donation.
All the trees were donated.
Okay.
So,
The
but
only thing we learned about trees, you know those old trees?
we used to put each branch in.
Oh yeah, I
Got a couple of
we had
those
one of
and
those.
So did I.
Go,
Not
Does
those.
it have 3 pieces
You have to
or like
fluff every single
200
one.
pieces? I'll go, it's individual branches. You go, no, thank you. We can't take that.
You
We
can't.
had some good stories, though. She went on a little trip to her children's for Christmas and got a call or a text. Did you get from Cheryl?
Oh,
By
yes.
the way.
Oh, yeah. I was out in South Dakota, and I get a call from one of the donors. Cheryl Jackson said, or a text. I just want to let you
Is
know.
that Molly's mom?
Yeah.
Sorry
Yes.
to interrupt.
Yeah.
Most of your Christmas lights are out on the arches.
Oh.
And I went, oh. So I said,
"I'm
okay,
in South
thanks,
Dakota."
but I'm in South Dakota. But I'll send that message on. So it was a quick fix.
So she says to me, the lights are out. I go, well, I'm not out there at night. I don't know. And so she said, I go, well, what do you want me to do about it? We had them on timer, so they were supposed to go on and off, but they accidentally somehow went off. So not being really tuned into how all the timers work, she said, just go turn them on.
Yeah.
So for the rest of the time, they were on day and night. We couldn't help it because I didn't know what the timers and
They're
this one
LEDs,
is.
right?
Yes, they were mostly. So we're
A
like
dollar,
a
maybe.
little extra electricity. We can't help it. So then we left them on
Yeah.
because Andrew was concerned at first too. You know, the electricity and all that, and we were too. They should be turned on and off until we didn't know any better, so they stayed on.
Yeah.
And then we handled it at the end.
And then as the end, we did make up some profit, and we're going to, use some to move forward. But we're also going to donate. We haven't decided yet where to donate money into back to the community. So that's an upcoming project. We'll keep you posted.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll get some more things for next year.
Yeah.
And, more lighted things or more things we can plug in, kind of group together and have like little gingerbread people or little
that's-
Santa Village-ish looking
Yeah.
thing or something
Yeah.
like that. So we can have a little bit more lights besides just like white lights.
Yeah.
I think the arches were a big hit.
The arches were cool.
They were.
I love driving by because I'm right on Main Street now. I love driving by and just seeing the kids running. They just circle.
Yes.
was
They would
cool.
just. When I would stop at the red light, I would literally see kids just circling, and running around.
And
through.
Yes.
usually you wouldn't really stop there because
No.
there's not really much to do.
Mm-hmm.
We think there might be some candy canes growing there this spring
Oh.
or some rebar
Mistakes,
poles
rebar.
because they were frozen. It's time to take them out and we can't get them out. And we'd try and we'd try. So tell them how you finally handled it.
The signs that were had historical facts to connect it to the museum. One side just wouldn't come out. It wouldn't come out. I would wiggle and
sound like a
jiggle.
wooden stake.
I mean, for a week, those ones. I went down, took a saw, and cut it right off at ground level. So now I'll go back and get that piece of wood out when it's thawed.
And some candy canes were snapped at ground level because they would not come out no matter what we did.
Yeah.
We pulled and we bent, we pulled and we. She goes, I'm breaking them. So if more candy canes grow this spring, it's not us. Don't even ask.
I don't think the kids would mind if candy canes magically sprouted out of there.
They
Exactly.
might. They might. In weird places.
But yeah, a lot of the businesses were very helpful.
Yeah.
They donated so
Quite a
much
few
to help
individual
us.
people donated it, cash
Yeah.
items. that
Because the grand lighting, I guess you'd say, was the
Yes.
same night as
The opening, the
yeah,
parade.
Santa Claus stopped and
Christmas in the Village.
That's why we wanted to have it ready for that, so
Yeah.
so
people.
the parade stopped there, and then our top donor got to light the.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was nice.
that's awesome.
It was fun.
And Santa.
Yes. What else could you ask
Like
for?
a Santa. I love
What
Santa.
else do you need?
So you put historical facts around there to kind of tie into the Dyke Museum.
Right. Yeah.
What is the importance of the Dyke Museum? Let's get into it. Tell me about it. Oh,
I think it's Wellsville in a box. There's so much. Coloring book calendars are just a small portion of it that people don't know, and I don't know how to get it to them.
right.
I mean,
We
there's
try.
a lot of artifacts, but then there's a lot of paper information that has been turned in by families and articles that have been copied. Clear back in the 1800s, there's articles in there that
Wow.
are
And
so
there's
interesting to
pictures,
read.
And there's just neat stuff. You can literally go down there, pull out a drawer. We have lots of files.
Yep.
And pick a family. I mean, you usually pick a fat folder because they have more stories. Some are a little thin. And you can just find some really neat people and neat stories. And nobody knows them.
I'm in there now. I found myself.
There you go.
Well, Genesee Valley Media is. But
Yes.
There you go.
And that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Things that you
It's
might have
fun.
totally forgotten.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's like a scavenger hunt to see.
It's a
And then
peek.
you think, oh, I wonder if my friend's in there or something like that.
Yes.
And you just search for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
leads to
really
something
funny.
else.
And different. I started looking for genealogy stuff at my mother's house, and it was easy to start.
Explain to me just what exactly genealogy is, like briefly, just so for people who don't know, because I didn't know about it.
Your information about who your ancestors were.
Like your family tree.
So if it's like
you would
your
go back.
parents, your grandparents, your great grandparents. Our great grandparents built my mother's house.
Okay.
And then it went to our grandmother. Then it went to our mother. And so the stuff in there never left.
Okay.
So when I started to look, remember a filing cabinet? Mm-hmm. You could just literally go to my mother's filing cabinet that probably was started by her mother, and there was a death certificate, there was a birth certificate, because they'd filed their papers, and they stayed there. And so by finding that information, you kind of find out who you are.
Yeah.
Because you might have had a grandfather that was a builder, say he was a carpenter, and that's what you want to do. Like, not that that came directly from your grandfather, but maybe, I mean, some of the things that you learned came through your father, through you, or whatever. And it's like finding out about yourself. I love that.
Like I said, I found myself
love
looking
it.
through
You
the
found
through the filing cabinets in the upstairs.
And I think it's getting more notice and more recognition, like more and more class reunions. They used to all be in June years ago when we were going through college and in our early adult life.
That did it every
Now they've stopped doing that one weekend
Yeah.
in June. So a lot of class reunions are being planned throughout the summer. And one of the weekend activities they all like to do is to come to the museum.
Okay.
And a lot of them look like at their family folder because they're upstairs. And
We have school
if
stuff
we
and
have 'em,
yearbooks and that
so
kind of stuff.
that's growing. More and more class reunions are trying to do that each year now.
Oh, and tell them about just this week. We went to the high school
Oh,
with historical information for 11th grade students.
Wow.
Never have we been invited before.
so we took some artifacts in and information.
And they're doing a
It sounds so cool when you say artifacts. I think like Egypt.
I know.
hieroglyphics.
Wellsville has a tie to ancient Egypt.
That's right.
And there probably are hieroglyphics around here, but it might not be called those. What you sprayed on the wall.
Yeah.
But these students are doing a project with their teacher, Lacey Gardner, to tie it into a book they've read about a small town. I don't even know the title of the book. She didn't tell us. And so she's connecting it to Wellsville and things here. So they're required to do some kind of project on local history. So some are doing a video, some are doing like maybe a writing, some might be doing a coloring book somebody wanted to.
One wanted to do a poem,
So
and
they're
their original request was things like the Pink House, the 72 flood, and then some of the buildings in town. So we took those in on Friday and talking with the kids and everything. Then they started asking questions.
Right.
So they said, well, do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have it when the Wellsville Yankees were here? So we went back.
The Yankees were here? I do
farm
know
team.
that the what was the president that was here? Was it FDR?
Roosevelt.
I think so. yes.
Roosevelt. Okay.
Oh yeah, and they asked, "Is that really true?" I said, "I think
There's
it
a
is."
picture of him, right?
Yeah,
And where the glass like door on Main Street, like the little glass blocks. I don't know what the actual building. I think
Ebenezer.
Oh, Ardent
Next to
Solutions now.
Hamilton?
That used to be the
Yes.
Ebenezer building.
Yes.
Ebenezer building was
You
what
know,
it used
that
to
is
be
interesting
called.
because that lady, the one of the teachers said, "Is that true?" And I said, "I think it is, but I don't know when it was."
Yeah.
So if there's a picture of it,
I think my friend Kate Martell has.
Okay.
She's like working on a project on that. She's obsessed with it. So
Very
Well,
cool.
so that's where they had more questions. So we went over the weekend and got more information. We took in some information about the Sinclair refinery
Yes.
fire and things like that. So they're working on that, which sparked interest. And then I talked with one of the other teachers after school on Friday, and She said they were still talking about it in her class. They were so excited. It was so much fun. So they
Yeah.
enjoyed that. So,
Something different.
and someone said, well, do you have my family name there? You'll have to come look.
And when you're a kid, you're like, oh, this is such a dull place. There's nothing here. There's nothing
Yep.
to do. And then as you get older, like you're even noticing there's things that you really like or what you look back on. If they knew more, they might like it more.
Yeah, I love explaining to my kids. Like, for instance, there used to be, I don't even know what kind of bridge it's called, but there used to be like a tension bridge going across from the four-way to the school, like the green one. Do you remember that? It's
Yes,
like the metal that had. I was like, it was like a tunnel. It was really
Yeah,
cool.
And it fell in on the flood.
Yeah.
No, that high school
No,
had
no,
one,
no.
too.
Didn't they?
State Street had one.
Oh, yes.
and
Both. There were
Pearl.
two.
Yeah. Oh, there was two.
The Pearl,
Pearl
Street,
Street
had one
one.
too by the hospital, the back side of the hospital. That fell in the flood.
Oh, I didn't.
Yes.
And that's why the
So
pool's gone, the outdoor swimming pool. They moved the river over, and then they put the highway there.
Okay. And then I know that there used to be, I think, the middle school building where the tennis courts are
Yes,
now, or
Brooklyn
something
it
like
was
that.
It
called.
was an elementary building.
Elementary. Okay.
And then
That
it
was
became for
middle.
olders, and then they tore it down.
Yeah.
That was kind of a cool building, Brooklyn School on Brooklyn Avenue.
Brooklyn School. I remember talking with oh gosh, what was his name? Who owned Adelphia? I'm going to shoot myself in the Regas. John Regas
Yeah.
was telling me about the I interviewed him for something. He was saying that there used to be a Greek school as well in Wellsville.
Oh, I bet because there were I didn't know that there were quite a few
Yeah.
Greek families.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
sure.
we started school at the Dyke Street Fire Hall.
Really?
That used to be the Hanover Street School.
Huh.
That was the elementary before Washington was.
And I just have to have you.
was-
You're leaning more and more.
Yeah, I'm
away.
leading away. That was built when I was in kindergarten. I think it opened, and I went to first grade. Don't you think you went to?
I
Second?
came in second grade to the Washington Street School.
Now, can people like if someone lives somewhere else and their parents are originally from Wellsville, can they like send obituaries and stuff here just to kind of have it
Yes.
as you're essentially a historical safety deposit box?
Yes.
I would
We're the
say,
cool
you know.
ones, aren't
Exactly.
we? Yes, they could. On we have a Facebook page, and there's a
There's a website.
there's an email for us on the Facebook page too, so they could get a hold of us there.
Okay.
And that would be great. We do occasionally get some really interesting things. And I got one box, and it was a banner, kind of like we have when we do the military banners and they put up on Main Street, and then they do the high school seniors and put on the lampposts. This was a banner of a man. I haven't really researched it, and I'm not sure where it came from. He was on a baseball team here in Wellsville.
Really?
So it had to be quite a while ago, and I don't know what team. We'll have to look that up. And then he was on a banner in his town. Not for that, but then they determined that he was in Wellsville and that he had played on a team here, so they sent it to us.
Really?
So we had no idea. I've never even heard of this person, but we started looking in the folders, and poof, there's a baseball team, and he's like the first guy. I'm like, thank you. I'm glad you were on that list, because there you are. So we need to do a little more research, but we do kind of sometimes just get things we have no idea
Yeah.
where they're coming from or what. But someone will find something and then go, well, you don't want to throw it away. That's your history. So they sent it.
I remember when we moved in. We live in Andover, but I remember when we moved into our house in Andover because we're transplants. I didn't grow up in Andover. I grew up in Petrolia, but
Petroleum.
I know 5 points.
Hey.
but there was our house used to be the old schoolhouse, and there was a picture of the football team at the time playing in our backyard and Mrs. Joyce's backyard.
Right.
Our backyards
Yep.
joined.
Yep.
And I'm like, I don't want to lose this. It's been passed down from each owner of the house, so I'm like, but I needed to keep passing it down. Where can I put this where it'll be safe? And so I did the Allegheny County Historical
right,
Society.
right.
I was like, hey, I have this, and I'll probably take it back if we sell the house, but I want you to put it on, to have it
Sure.
for safekeeping.
How nice
Just
when
for-
people can
instead.
find their grandfather. Or
Yeah.
something. It's so fun.
And it's on display down there now.
Oh, how fun
It's
is
a
that?
pretty cool.
I'm glad you
cool
kept
image.
that. Some people, especially like if their parents die or it's been a family home, they'll
Yeah.
go, well, we have to clean out the family house. We're like, don't throw out everything. And they're
Right.
like, well,
bring
there's
a
nothing
dumpster.
there that's any good. And yeah, there is. There even paper stuff. Like it was a bill from a store that doesn't exist. Or
It's cool.
I love that. It proves that it was here.
Yeah. What is the coolest thing? I'm going to ask each of you this question. What is your favorite thing that you've seen come in your tenure with the museum?
Ooh,
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I have to think
These are
about
cool.
that. First.
While you're thinking about
Yeah.
it, what are some other things besides genealogy that are at the museum?
Well, actually, if you want to talk about your walking in Wellsville weekly video,
Oh,
and we have a
this is-
Facebook page,
we
and you
have a
can
Facebook
talk about
page,
the name
and
of it.
I am the not very
Number
good
thing.
runner. I manage it, let's say.
I won't be rude. I'm just going to bring up the Facebook page. So keep talking.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And so
It's Wellsville, New York, Nathaniel Dyke.
I try to do at least 2 or 3 posts a week. So Wednesday, I try to do who's who on Wednesday. So you can always find somebody to put information out. Then on Friday, it's from our files. So on Friday, it could just be maybe an article. And then I walk a lot around the neighborhoods and town, and
Yep.
I decided to take some pictures. So I started taking pictures, and then I figured out that I could do a reel, which I didn't know how to do, but I figured that out. So I have a reel every Sunday night, and it's called Walking in Wellsville.
Yeah.
It starts with my feet because I'm walking. And then, believe it or not, in the short time I've been doing it, we've had 110,000 hits on those videos.
Wow.
Reels. So even if they're a short little view,
Mm-hmm.
it's saying Walking in Wellsville, New York. Everybody sees that.
Yeah.
So I'm excited by how many people even look at it, because it tells you, if you're the manager of the page, like how many views and how many people liked it and that kind of thing. So that has been kind of fun. And then I have some of the same people that are like, oh, thank you. That was really good. Like, that was my house or whatever. And then somebody will go, well, could you walk on this street? I say, sure. And then the one I haven't done is, could you walk on the WAG trail? And I said, I will, but I haven't.
When it's
because
dry.
it's too wet. But I will. So that's been kind of fun. And then even I just took on this one, there's 2 pictures of both those murals.
Yeah.
One on the Creative Arts and one down on the building that's across from the hospital that was a Lincoln block. And I see those, but I've taken pictures of them before. But even at the high school, the teacher said, that's the building with the mural.
Yeah.
To tell the kids. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that is different. So even something like that, one little snapshot that people overlook. You see it, you're used to it, you don't really notice. So that's been fun. So I try to get more information out that way. So it tells, like, contact us. This is our email. If you have any donations, bring them to us. We are the depository, I guess you could call us, for historical items, and we'll keep them, and you can come and learn about it yourself and us. And you can join for membership. We don't have that on there yet, but we should. Maybe put a way to join.
I love seeing whenever you make posts with old pictures on it. That's my favorite part of history. So
Yeah.
every year now, since I've started doing the drone, I'll just do a flyover of Main Street just to see
Yes.
how
And that is so
changed.
cool, because there's a few old pictures of that, and you have to find your bearing.
Yeah.
And go, there's the high school or there's the library, and then you can decide what you're looking at. So cool.
One of my favorites is the Sunoco. It used to be A+.
Oh, yeah.
When they were redoing it, I got shots of when they were, I think Tom, oh my gosh, why is his name slipping my mind right now? He's going to kill me. Brewery, Tom. Ruining, thank you. Sorry, Tom. don't hurt me, please. But Tom's like, hey, they're putting the new fuel tank in at the thing. Go get some
right.
shots. So I'm like, okay. And I
though,
just
that's-
flew the drone right from my old office
And right down there.
right down there, and I got shots of it. But it's the coolest thing because it's a massive,
Yeah.
I didn't even see that. That's neat.
yeah. So that's what I've started doing. Have you thought about your favorite thing?
Oh,
that's coming
favorite
yet?
thing.
I
No.
know.
I keep distracting you. It's my fault.
I know.
So-
That's
That's
all
all
right.
right.
It's got to be something really cool. We do have a voting box. That's kind of cool. We didn't get it. It's a wooden box,
yeah.
and they vote. I'm not sure where it came from. Some of our stuff is not necessarily local.
Yeah.
Back in the day, we were just informed that you hardly could walk through the museum, because if you knocked on the door and said, I have some old stuff, do you want it? They'd say yes.
Oh.
And you know what happens? Then your place is full and you can't walk through because you have so much old stuff. So it got kind of narrowed down to stuff about Wellsville, after all.
Yeah.
And it's not a huge place, so we don't have that much space. But this is a voting box where they used marbles,
Oh.
and they would place their vote. And then there was a black marble.
Yep, blackball them. That's where it came from.
Yeah, that would
What
be.
is it?
Blackball. If you didn't want to have that person join a group, let's say, and you had must be a choice of a white ball and a black ball, and if you put the black ball in, that meant no.
Oh.
But
So
you
there's
didn't know
mostly
who did
white
it.
That
marbles in
seems
there.
so brutal.
There's some black ones. So
Yeah.
I'm not really sure the history of that, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Kind of not nice in a way, but kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So that's a neat one.
That's
We have a lot of clothes and
Yeah.
uniforms,
And a
sports
piece of
stuff.
furniture that was from the Coates Furniture Company.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was up by the Old First Trust in the
Yeah,
parking lot by
we
Latalia.
have
That was a
that.
factory.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. We have a lot of.
We have a lot of fire department stuff. Imagine it was a fire hall. So we have
What-
a lot of that.
When did it stop becoming, or when did it stop being a fire hall?
I think it was purchased by us in the 60s.
Yeah.
By the
60s?
historical group, like
Yeah.
1969. But it was built in like the 1800s and 1890s. And
Okay.
we just learned this. They put it there. Back in the day, there were tanneries around, and there
Yep.
was a tannery right near there. And there were lots of men
Okay.
that were workers. So they needed a fire department in that area. And if they had a fire, there were tannery workers that could come quickly. So
Yeah.
that's really why they selected that space, because then if they had to put a call out, the tannery workers could come and then they could have quick fire department service.
Now, is tannery leather?
Yes.
Okay.
They would use hemlock trees they'd cut down and
Yep.
use the bark and get tannic acid and
Mm-hmm.
use it to tan the leather. But then, of course, the hemlock trees kind of got cut down and there weren't any left.
Decimated, yeah.
So the tanneries went away, but that's one of the big businesses we had here in the 1800s. And they would have stacks of bark like as tall as houses that they would use, and they would import things to here to leather to be done.
Isn't hemlock also like a natural pain reliever?
I can't
Or am I thinking
poison
of something
people with
I think
hemlock.
it's poison.
Oh,
Just-
disregard.
I think you can
Don't get
poison
poisoned.
people with hemlock. So I don't know.
Don't try to ground down hemlock and put it on your head to relieve a headache. You might die.
You might not be here much longer. And I don't think we have many hemlock trees, so we might not have a source.
That's so interesting to think about that.
Yeah.
I wonder how many. There must have been a lot of hemlock trees in the area.
Yes,
to be
I
able
think
to
we had
support
a lot.
that.
And there were several tanneries. And in the end, I think about one person ended up owning them. And he built, or partially built, where the Lutheran church is, there was a Wellsville hotel, and it started as a sanitarium. That was his house. It was big. And A.R. Hill was the man's name, and he ended up owning several tanneries. And when he died, it changed into a sanitarium and changed into a house, and it was a hotel and that kind of thing. So it's now been torn down, and the church is there. But there was quite a following and business, and people that had quite a bit of income from tanneries back in the 1800s, late 1800s.
Yeah, Allegheny County used to be pretty big money.
Yes,
Back
it
in the
was.
day, wasn't it? Didn't it used to be one of like the richest counties
Yes.
in the country?
Yeah, and the oil and stuff even in Richburg. Richburg
Bolivar, yeah.
blossomed overnight. Bolivar.
I had
Wellsville.
Kelly on, who is the
from the
president
museum?
of the oil museum,
Yeah.
and he was
Oh.
talking about that as well.
Yeah, very interesting. Lots of money.
That's amazing. Okay, another question then. How about this? What do you miss? What building or feature do you miss most of Wellsville?
Good
The
question.
swimming pool.
The swimming pool.
Growing up with it. It was fun, and you'd go hang there in
How
the
many
afternoon.
dates did you go on at the swimming pool?
Oh, you didn't, because you just went and swam in the afternoon.
And then you'd
There
run
really
down
weren't
to the
dates.
corner store with probably a quarter and get candy
Okay.
because
the
it's not a
corner
store
of,
anymore.
Which corner? Yeah.
Brooklyn and Pearl. It's boarded up now. That small white building right
It
on
was
the corner.
Graham's store, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
And they had little, penny candy, so you'd go out,
Go get
leave
your
the
candy,
pool,
come
get
back.
some candy.
Pennies aren't even going to exist anymore.
I know.
I never thought, how are we going to have gumball machine? I just thought of that. That's bad. That's
Quarters.
so depressing.
Quarters.
Yeah, you get one gumball machine, one gumball for a quarter. That's bad.
You used to be able to buy 25 of them. For
I know.
Changed, haven't they? else
so
do
the
we
swimming
miss?
pool and then the corner store.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was.
And some of the schools, I don't remember 'em, but looking back, even on the library property, There was a big church where the parking lot is. She went to Girl Scouts there. I didn't go to Girl Scouts there.
That was the
down-
congregation
down on the
across from the
side?
Texas Hot,
Where-
that sunken parking lot is.
Wick, where Wick is.
Yeah, there was a
Yes.
great big church,
Huge.
congregational church that moved down the street.
Really?
It was huge, and it was 1800s. It looked like kind of cathedral-ish. It was really big, and then it finally succumbed to probably lack of care, and it needed too much repair, and it was too expensive, so they tore it down.
Isn't it crazy how just living or using a building like upkeeps it, and then it sits for a year, even if it's just clean and
Yes.
maintained, it still just starts.
You're right.
It's like they have their own life.
And
Like
they
weird.
lay down and die right in front of you.
Like, all right, I'm done.
Falling apart. I'm no longer.
What are the hours of the Dyke Museum? When you're open? Because I know that you shut down. You're seasonal, right?
Right.
Yes.
It starts May 1st, whatever the first Wednesday of the month is. So in the month of May, the first Wednesday from 1 to 4 till the last Wednesday in October.
Okay.
It kind of varies, but it's always Wednesday from 1 to 4.
Okay.
And we're available other times. If you get a hold of us, like on the Facebook page, or you find us or check, we can come down there and Wednesday might not be the best day for some reason. It's always been open on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been open like some Saturdays and things, but we do have a problem with people knowing about us.
Right.
And so they'll go, well, why aren't you open on Saturdays? And we'll say, well, we don't want to sit there every Saturday personally, and
Right.
we like to do other things. And we don't have a lot of members that are willing to come and do that either. So Wednesday is the day we're open, and open if you call or contact one of us by, we can
So
meet you.
if someone was working on a project or something and
Yeah,
they
we
needed,
could go
they could
and
just
open it up and
shoot you a message on Facebook,
Sure.
email.
Right.
Sure.
And that's why a lot of the class reunions call us way ahead.
Yeah.
Like for August. Could we do this on August, whatever weekend? We said, sure.
And that would be like a Saturday. We're like, sure, if we're aware, we'll come.
It's a couple hours, and they just wander in and wander out. You don't take them on tour. They just kind of wander themselves around.
Yeah, look up their families, or like you said, find yourself.
Yeah. That seems like that would be such a great job for like a senior that's just looking for credits or something to volunteer on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Come on over.
Yes.
It's
idea.
really neat. We had a little friend. He must have lived down the street. One year, every Wednesday, he'd stop in. And he was probably like 6th grade or something, wasn't he? I can't even think of his name. He was really a kind of neat kid. And he said, hello. Told us his name. I'd like to work here. And we're like, we'd love to have you, but we don't really work here. It's kind of like we just hang out here. So he'd come by, and we'd give him like, can you do this, or what do you like the most, or what do
Yeah.
you think other kids would like, and kind of talked with them and stuff. So he came one year, don't you think, for quite a while,
Yes. Once.
and then he just kind of disappeared. But he did turn back up. Wasn't it last year? Mm-hmm. When he walked in?
He was in high school and was like, we don't even know who you are. He changed so. And had grown up, and his voice changed, and all that was like, oh, okay. We had to remember who he was.
Our worker.
That's really cool.
It was cute.
It was
and
fun.
he must have lived right near there,
Yeah.
because he'd kind of
Walk
then
home.
he'd go home, like he'd stay a
Yeah.
while, and then go, okay, I got to get going right now. And we're like, okay, bye bye.
Speaking of students, the seniors or the juniors that we were working with Lacey, one girl comes up, now, how do you do this job, or why do you do this job? We said, well, first of all, we don't get paid. It's not a job.
Yeah. it's a passion.
So we talked with her a few minutes, and another one said, well, when he heard that you don't get paid doing this and everything, I'm not doing anything if I don't get paid for it. We went, okay, that's a good outlook. You might
I'm not
change
doing
that
anything for free.
someday.
Yeah.
Mine.
Someday you may change that outlook, but
Yeah.
have a good one going forward.
Good luck with that.
But anyways,
So Wednesdays
Yes.
during the season, so May to October, 1 to 4.
Yep, the end of October.
Available on call if needed by sending a message on Facebook or shooting an
Sure.
email. How can people, if they want to donate, whether it be monetary or just items that they find?
Same thing. You can come to the museum
Okay.
on Wednesday anytime. We're open for that. And then we don't have a membership form on there, but we should. Maybe I'll put
should.
that on next, that like people could get a hold of that, or an email. Or on there, there's an email. They could always send that.
and we,
And we send a newsletter.
yeah, 4 times a year we send out a newsletter.
For
and it
members,
has
so.
the members and a place to join, but we're
Or
going to have
renew
to put
or
it on the
add donations.
Facebook.
Okay.
Or this QR code. We could maybe try that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
QR codes are big right now.
I know, it's very big.
Well, I really appreciate you coming on, and
Well, thank you.
I want you to close with just, do you have a message to the community? Or, because I do have a message for you. I really appreciate everything that you both do for our area, and I know how much work it is just watching it, because every event that I seem to go to, you are there.
I know.
So I don't know when you sleep, but
We help the chamber. Right? We just enjoy. I just would say I just enjoy helping Wellsville, and it feels to me like it's on a positive vibe right now, and I'm just happy to be a part of that.
And I've lived other places. And when you go to big places, you're invisible. You don't know anybody. You don't see people you know. You don't run into many people that you'll see, because it's just such a big area. When I used to bring my kids back in the summer, my daughter would go to the grocery store with Jackie, and they'd be, Mom, it takes a long time to go to the grocery store. And I said, it does? She goes, yes, she talks to everybody. And like if we went in Texas, we never saw anybody. You knew you went and got your stuff and you came home. So I think being in other places, starting here, being in other places, coming back, it kind of grounds you again that you can get stuff. The stuff is everywhere. If you want to drive to Olean, Buffalo, wherever, you can get any stuff you want. Target, Walmart, any store. But you don't get a feeling that you belong there.
Yeah.
So this kind of gives people a chance, I hope, to connect to where they're from and why it's important. And people. It's the people.
I remember my wife and I lived in Philly for a while, and same exact thing that you just said. We were like, we want to raise a family up, where they're going to be a part of a community.
And people know your kids. And if they
Right.
go, like they see them walking or something, they go, hey, do you want me to give you a ride home or something? You would never
Community
let your
watch.
kid
Yes.
Yeah, you would never let your kid get in a car anywhere in a big city. Like, no, you can't, but here, like
Right.
somebody drove them home, that'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah, if it was a parent of a friend or something
Yeah,
like
it'd be
that.
great.
Yeah.
But I had a friend come from Philadelphia to visit, and you know how people just kind of wave when you're driving. They just
Yes.
wave, or if they're walking and you just kind of lock eyes at a light, they just wave hi. And he's like, "Do you know all these people?" I'm like, "Well, not really." And he's like, "Well, why are they waving?" I'm like, "That's
That's
how we do it."
We had a friend come from Staten Island, Mary Lee.
Oh.
Tell what she said about.
She
This
was
is so
we,
simple.
when we were in college. She had come from Staten Island, everything, and so we brought her home to Wellsville one weekend, which I'm sure was quite a shock coming from Staten
For
Island.
her.
So I'm driving, and so of course you put on the high beams and the low beams, and of course back then was the button on the
Oh,
floor.
I missed that. Why did they get rid of that? Sorry to
Right.
interrupt.
She had never seen high beams used before. On Staten Island, it's all streetlights.
Too bright. Yeah.
And then there were the deer crossing signs. And it just
You know what she's gonna say.
fascinated her. How do the deer know to cross right here? We went,
Like, are you kidding me? That's what she thought.
yeah.
So, yeah.
That's a difference in living in a city
Yeah.
and rural.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had someone who had never seen cows before.
Oh,
Cows.
Yeah.
Like, really? Cows.
They wanted to stop and take a picture of the cows.
Okay, one of our highlights.
Yeah. You've never seen it, though. Or especially deer, though. They've never seen deer.
Yeah.
I still love seeing deer. They're so pretty. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you've never seen one, it's like they walk in your yard. That is so weird.
they eat all your plants.
Well, thank you both so much for coming on. I really
Sure.
appreciate it. And again, thank you for all that you do
You're welcome.
with your various groups
Yes.
for the community. And I know that everyone appreciates it.
Well, thank you.
And we'll probably have some more projects coming up. We just haven't thought of them yet.
Yeah. We are going to be doing a live tour of the Dyke Museum
Yes.
here in a little bit. So if you want a sneak peek, just keep an eye out on the Genesee Valley Media page and the Dyke Museum Facebook page.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job. Thank you.